Well, good morning, YouTube. Here we are in the air again. I haven't recorded anything lately. I wanted to show you the country. On August the 10th, things are still pretty green. Country looks pretty nice this time of year. This is to the east. So it's still pretty bright that direction. Some of the neighbors' bins here.
County, time is 948.
Churchers, Oreos, small active community that's mostly south of us. You can probably see our bins off there in the distance and the neighbors, the runway. So we'll take a look at the crops, see what you think. I've visited out west a few times, and mountains are beautiful, the rock formations. But you know, after you're there a few days, you miss the green. Like the green, growing crops and trees. I think I'd miss that. In front of us, there's the FS plant at Allendale. You can see the storage building. Got a really nice 28 or 32% nitrogen fertility. We use that quite a bit. That's really helped us, and I'm sure many people. A few ponds around, a couple there. You know, you see Fred once in a while that drives for us. It's his place there with the grain bins. And his son Jared flies, and he's going to build an airplane in that little red and black building, make him a runway. So good for him. If I was his age, probably what I'd be doing too. Off in the distance, you can see our Indiana land. We're at 1,500 feet, so pretty low, and it's a little bit bumpy. That's all right. You get better views down here. The Wabash to our left, we're going to cross over that, keep it running, give Reees a big job editing. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Off to the left is a place we call Ed's. Got a few bins and a house, machine shed, fuel tanks. Pretty Indiana. There you can see the mighty Wabash. It should show up pretty good. See our bins there, the main bin system in Indiana. Machine shed. Now we'll take a hard right. Down the river. Now these beans you see here are ours. With irrigation lane, you can make that out easily. Out there, those two spots are where the pump's set. That's where we had lightning damage earlier. And there's an oil pump we're pulling in. Check his wells. Corn is also ours all the way down into the bin. You can see from up here what was hurt with too much water or not enough water. All shows up right now. See the low spots out through the field. Wabash makes a big bend here.
Cole County traffic, 30 Tango is off 29, departing area to the west. Cole County.
Check our map, make sure ain't anybody real close on that. You also have to keep a watch visually. Not everybody shows up on there. I don't know what that brown is out there. That might be a saltwater leak. Maybe we need to look into that a little. Coming up here where the tree line comes into the river, that's where we pump out of the river for the long irrigation. That's just this side of it. Might be able to see it floating there in the river. I can see it's a little shiny. Yep, looks like it's still there. All right, gonna go up a little higher. Head up back toward home and north. Show you what the crops look like up there. We're now up just over 3,000 feet. You can see the big curve in the Wabash River there. Maybe you can see the Cannonball Bridge farther off to our north. Gonna turn back over this. That's King Bend. I'm sure you've heard us talk about that. We've been, I don't know how, been there several years for that. I don't know just when we started, but a good while ago. So we'll cross over that. City of St. Francisville is right to the foot of it here.
2 minutes fire, jump deliver, solving, clear below 10,000. 2 minutes fire, jump deliver, solving, clear below 10,000, solving.
I don't know if you hear other traffic in here besides what I'm saying or not. But that's just people on the air frequencies announcing where they are and what their intentions are, so the rest of us know where they're at. And up here, it is just below 60 degrees. You lose about 2 degrees per thousand, so even when it's pretty warm on the ground, you can get up here and cool off. You can see the beans in King Bend, and there is a place through the middle there that's bare. Straight one, of course, the road. The other one is where the water comes through. It's like a river trying to cut through there. Now you might be able to see the Cannonball Bridge a little better. I don't know if that's an obstacle in a river or a boat. I think it's a boat. Wish I could take you down lower and show you the camps along the river, even the city, but there are limits to what you're allowed to do. We don't want to break those. Coming up on David's, we'll stay to the right of that, which is to the north, and you'll be able to see it a little better. Fly head out, and you can see the home place and where everybody lives once again. All right, you can see David's place pretty good there. See the new Dollar General there. Boy, that's going to be handy for us. That'll really be nice. Have to go to Lawrenceville. It's only 15 miles or a little less than that, but still, it's a trip. It's always busy. We're going to like that. Down there where the barn with the A-shaped roof, the old barn is, that's where Aaron lives. Works for us. And thankfully, he's back driving again. We'll be getting along really well. Thank God for his recovery. He was really in bad shape. And just past Aaron's, here in the little trees with the white top, gray top buildings is my daughter's house. Just to the right of that is where Jay lives. Coming up is the farm. All seen many times, I'm sure, but there it is. And in the trees with the green roof is Reese's. Coming up is Garrett and Denny's. The brown roof and driveway, the circle drive Denny has. A pool out back. So that's where all the family's at. Going across the road is ours. Part of that just bought all that around Denny's house is out. Well, the crops are really looking good down here. Airstrip you can see off the right wing there's Lawrenceville, Vincennes. That's only 10, 11, 12 miles from home, I guess. Not very far, maybe 50. Anyway, short hop. So both of those airstrips are part of military operations during World War II. This was a big training base here at Lawrenceville, and then they have satellite airports for the pilots to fly to for training. That's what Mount Carmel was. Then there's a couple more around like that too. Off to our left there, the little town you see is Flat Rock. Locals call it Level Pebble. Here at the curve in the road, there's a house sitting in a field. That's ours. And off to the right of that, where all the waterways are, that's our field also. You can see that's corn, and then further up we got beans, a lot of waterways there too. Denny was up here for a good while, maybe a week, mowing all this. But she also mowed Robinson, which is really makes it look nice, and it's better. It keeps stuff from growing up in there like little trees. We have a lot of mulberry trees, a bird spread, and must be every seed they drop grows. A little little better look at the ethanol plant, Lincoln Land. See it pretty good from here, and Crawford County Airport off in the distance, and the little town of Palestine. You can see the water tower and the prison,
To the north.
Robinson area, both sides of that prison and
Left downwind,
to our near side, north of that road, is all our crop. And some over there is Effingham Equity, we farm to the west of that, which is our right. This stuff's all looking good. You can see the different varieties of the corn really well right now. They're different colors. That shows up good. It's A1A that runs at an angle going from Route 1 into Robinson. Crops look good up here too. I'm sure they'll be very good, probably above average. Well, no, above average. Could be the best we've had. We'll always hope for that. Prices are very poor, so we need a lot of yield. Show you what a solar farm looks like from the air. You can see this is pretty good size. I don't know how many acres that covers, but a lot. And they're getting quite prevalent in this area. They worked very good up till about last October. Then we don't have hardly any sun. I don't know how much percentage they lose when it's just light and not bright sun, but that's what it'll be all winter. Don't see the sun much here. There is
3, 4, 5, 5 Sierra.
3 miles by about a 3 mile square there. All solar farms. Some of them done, some of them are in the process of constructing now. So it's getting to be a big deal here. Solar farms show up a little better depending on how the sun is. Take a lot of acres out of the Midwest. I think you put them on top of big buildings, like in Chicago where they use all the power. Ground's footprint's already there. Now, people smarter than me doing that.
Getting dirt from David's. Moving dirt today. Trip riding around. I'm done for the day. Not done, but we're getting close. Gonna need a little bit more dirt. All this was from the sand that was David's house from building a bin a couple years ago. And we're now out of that, so the rest will have to come from the pond down there. Won't be a bunch, a couple loads, should get it. So I'm gonna go to the girls softball game. They're both playing. I think Sienna's playing second, and Reagan's pitching for the middle school team. See how she does. She broke her ankle playing basketball earlier this summer and just fully got released Friday, and now she got to try pitch 6 games this week. So see how that goes.
Well, getting ready to mow again today. Day's Tuesday. Finished up in Indiana, hopefully. Mower's still good shape. Got a complaint though. You got these screws here you back off. I know how it all works. You twist this shield off, pull it out to grease it. It's too tight. I got it off once and I could not get it off again, both sides. So I had Garrett try it. He couldn't get it either. It's really stuck today. So I fixed the little problem. I drilled a hole in it where you can get to the grease zerk without taking it off. Got that problem fixed. So see if we get done in Indiana today. A lot of mowing, guys. A lot of mowing. Sure makes it better though. Kill them sprouts, weeds.
Good morning, YouTube. I think it's Wednesday. I kind of lose track of days, but doesn't much matter. As long as I make it to church on Sunday, I usually remember that. So this is what's going on. Peterbilt runs a little bit warm. This is the air-to-air cooler for the turbo. And this is the condenser for the air conditioner. This is the radiator for the main motor. Pretty bad, as you can see. The only way you can really clean them good is take it apart. I don't know why. And the bottom of this air-to-air has got a pivot point right here. But this knob will not go past the radiator. That was just engineered just a little different. You could just tip that forward and clean everything out. But I guess that's too much trouble. When you're on a farm with combines and corn chaff and bean dust, chaff from the dryer, it don't take long. That sucker's plugged solid, just like that one is. So we'll get it clean, get her fixed, put her back together. But it could be a lot simpler. We got the blue peat in here, and it's really just a wear item. Front brakes are disc and they are completely shot. But, and I showed you the radiator and air-to-air on the white peat. The white peat's sitting over here, so 2 trucks in the shop, both Peterbilts. Not too unusual.
Well, I haven't had my camera. I left the dump truck. I thought I was gonna be in that lot today, but oh, I'm working on getting dirt from the pond here, and I had to take out a few trees on this side. Man, those roots run deep. But I think I got to where I'm not gonna get much in it. Now I can actually get a load out of there.
Back out mowing around the fields again today. I'm in Indiana. I'm gonna get done here. It's got maybe 2 or 3 hours left. Be heading back to Illinois. Man, the corn in our area is really turning. It's sure gonna be ready by the, I don't know, we'll be picking by the 10th or 15th of September. Pretty well for sure, I think. Looking good. Some places it's got good corn that don't usually have corn too good, and then the good ground, something looks exceptional. So I'd say for us, we probably got as good a crop of corn as we've ever had. Beans just too early to be determined. Don't know, they look good. Got rain coming maybe today, and they are starting to need a shower. They're kind of hard to tell anyway, but I'm sure the corn crop's going to be a good crop.
Well, it took longer than I planned, but she's done. All level. test the stakes. I'm gonna smooth up the pond a little bit, make it look a little better where I dug out of it, and be done with this job. Professionals will handle the rest of it. Well, here's a decent view. That's where I took the dirt out. Pond did go about right there, I'd say. So got some dirt from there out. Now from where I cleaned out the pond was more just this side. It'll take time to do that. I figured it'd take till harvest, get it all done. Now I got all this dirt I dipped out. Spread it along this back side, try and make it not so steep, because it is steep. Matter of fact, Saturday I was up here digging, fell back the back side of the traco down to some trees and buggered up several cover panels in the traco, so that's an expensive mistake. So level her up now. Well, starting the morning off pushing dirt again. I'm on this back side. You can see I still got quite a bit to get here. I slope it this way. This bank was so steep, trying to get this leveled out a little bit. Those are the trees I went down into, as you can see. A little buggered up. Had to push one, that came up, had to push one up with the backhoe and then drive out to get unstuck. But there's rain coming, so that's why I'm trying to get this, because it's really too wet now. But if I mix the dry clay with this muck, then I can get over it. I got tired of my phone because I gotta go over to David's. Gave it an hour, it wasn't near full, the hopper over there. So then I set another timer for an hour and a half. I'm gonna head back over there because sensor that tells it when it's full and shuts down is not working. It says it's full and it definitely is not. We even got two of them on there and they're both spinning. And how those work, when that corn gets up there, it can sense that and it's not spinning anymore when it's full. But I don't know, mess with them, called the Ripco, they're supposed to come look at it. But so they have enough to corn for in the morning get full. I'm letting it fill up and just timing. Hopefully there's enough in it now for tomorrow when I get back over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. This in row here is some 2/8 Pioneer number, and then off the in row is the 32Z series Pioneer number. The 2/8s are already turning, so beans around these parts, at least the very early ones, are going to be ready before we know it. And the March planted beans are starting to turn a little bit too, so harvest is fast approaching. Made it to David's, where the pile of sand was. It's not there anymore. You spread those twos out here, spot that hole I got a little bit, get the asphalt on top of it. Sounds like the bin is not sucking out the middle hole anymore. Open some side holes, let it run some more. As you can see, this one has a drag instead of an auger, and it goes all the way through. I got the ones on this side open. There's also a spot on the other side where you can open them up. And this bin here, the one that got blew over we couldn't use last year, also put one of those on that. A little easier on the grain, especially since that fits faster. We're not using it for corn. Most of the rest of this gets used for beans, so I can use this and load that, and then they can even auger that, well, drag that to those bins so that way get them filled. So they can use the fast leg more than not.
Well, after a lot of mowing in Indiana, I got all that done, a few days there. Now I'm headed back to the home area. Did Crawford County, moved to Indiana, got it. Down across the Wabash, going back to around home. Do some mowing over there. It's all been mowed, but a lot of it needs mowed again. So I'm make a trip over. And might be meeting my planter, because George is taking the bean planter to the case dealer because it's traded off. Going to leave it over there and go to Indiana and pick up the auto wagon and bring it back home where he kept it stored for the winter. Well, I said a while ago I thought I'd meet my planter sometime. Here he comes. Just north of Mark Carmel here. Headed to Princeton, then to Indiana. I'm headed from Indiana back home. That's the way it goes. Guys, look good. Still all in one piece. That's good.
There's Dad. Still mowing his little heart out. Taking a break, getting the skid steer from my house, taking it over to David's where we can get that ground leveled up and rock spread and asphalt. Somebody will be able to do that tomorrow. We still got trucks running non-stop, or there have been 3 of them. Fred, Gordy, and then Aaron's back. He's made his recovery. Still not 100%, but he's able to come to work now, so they've been hauling. So, but they are closed tomorrow and closed early today. The ethanol plants, they definitely close more than elevators. So maybe somebody will be able to do this tomorrow. Well, that took longer than I thought it was going to, but finally got all spread out. It's not as smooth as I'd like. It's just too wet right now for that, but at least got it smoothed out to where it can dry to get smoother later. I'm gonna clean these tracks out and be done with this project for a little bit. Well, looky there. Aaron brought it back this morning from Indiana. Definitely needs washed up. Got parked in a lean-to over there and hasn't been out since, so we'll get that washed up sometime. Garrett is out washing his sprayer off. All the spraying's done till fall spraying. Yeah, I feel like I did a whole lot this week, but that's it for this week. See you next week.